Get ready for the action because the Atlanta Braves stay red hot, while the Chicago Cubs are making a serious case as the best team in baseball, with one of the best starts in franchise history. We break down the full updated MLB Power Rankings after another wild week, analyzing how far the Braves should climb and where the Cubs are surging. This is Flippin' Bats with Ben Verlander.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
The Chicago Cubs have been aggressive in bolstering their roster this winter, signing Alex Bregman and trading for Edward Cabrera, while keeping Shota Imanaga, and they have added 4 bullpen pieces while reaching an agreement with the injured Shelby Miller. With a 27-14 record and first place in the National League Central, President of Baseball Operations, Jed Hoyer is ready to make a big move at the trade deadline to secure a deep postseason run. The short porch is wondering how Ben Brown will fare in the rotation this time around, and the answer might surprise everyone. After developing a sinker and a changeup this offseason, Brown is proving much more dangerous, hitting a much better performance with the sinker and a high whiff rate on the changeup. He is ready to toe the rubber for the Cubs opposite Chris Sale in Atlanta this Thursday. And finally, we look at the big move. Sonny Gray to Cubs mock trade, breaking down the veteran rotation fix and the fantasy impact. Chicago needs stability, and acquiring Sonny Gray brings immediate command and consistency to the staff, helping them preserve their division lead while the rotation heals. Don't miss the rest of the analysis. The Major League Baseball landscape is heating up with intense competition, featuring a fierce debate between the Atlanta Braves and the Chicago Cubs vying for the title of the best team in the league. The Braves continue to maintain a scorching hot streak, but the Chicago Cubs are mounting a serious challenge, citing one of the best starts in franchise history as evidence of their dominance. Analysts are questioning where the Cubs should rank, with some speculating if they could climb higher than contenders like the Dodgers and Rays. The weekly power rankings reflect significant shifts across the league. While the Braves remain a top contender, the Cubs are surging, driving the discussion. Furthermore, the New York Yankees experienced a downturn, dropping in the rankings after suffering a sweep. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Rays are showing upward momentum, climbing the standings in the American League East. The Phillies have also made a notable move, cracking the top 10 in the full power rankings. This update provides a detailed breakdown of the latest MLB Power Rankings, analyzing the top movers and highlighting the biggest surprises from the past week. Fans are engaged in the ongoing discussion, weighing the strengths and weaknesses of these powerhouse teams as the season progresses. Noi Dung Kai Tight. The Chicago Cubs, currently sitting at a strong 27-14 record and leading the National League Central, are positioned for a deep postseason run. Following aggressive roster moves this winter, including signing Alex Bregman, trading for Edward Cabrera, retaining Shota Imanaga, and bolstering the bullpen with 4 additions while reaching an agreement with injured Shelby Miller, President of Baseball Operations, Jed Hoyer is strongly advised to pursue significant trades at the upcoming deadline. /N to further solidify their standing. The Cubs have several avenues for improvement. Options include acquiring another bat to enhance their third-ranked lineup in runs scored, addressing the injury-plagued rotation lacking Justin Steele, Cade Horton, and Matthew Boyd, or pursuing both to set the team up for the 2026 season. /N the most compelling prospect appears to be adding a meaningful frontline starter to the rotation, given the team's postseason aspirations. While Ray Brewer is considered a likely trade target, the San Francisco Giants are reportedly unwilling to move him or key players like Rafael Devers and Matt Chapman. Brewer, 34, is a top left-handed arm with a 2.76 ERA in 8 starts this season, and his health has returned, making him a realistic trade option, though such a move would require a substantial prospect package. /N and another potential target is Ryan, a dependable right-handed arm with a 3.43 ERA in 9 starts, who has been a target for teams like the Boston Red Sox. While the Twins have been hesitant to move him, the team's desire to build for the future could see him become available. And furthermore, Peralta presents an attractive fit, possessing National League Central experience, familiarity with Craig Counsell, and playoff-tested credentials. While recent checks have been made, if the Mets continue their slide, Peralta, on an expiring contract, becomes a viable trade candidate. Given David Stearns' history with the player, moving Peralta at the deadline could facilitate a free agent pursuit in Queens. The Chicago Cubs pitching staff is navigating an injury-laden season, forcing players into unexpected roles as they prepare for a crucial clash against the National League Titans in Atlanta. Center of attention is Ben Brown, a pitcher whose role in the rotation, bullpen, and Iowa has shifted over the past few years. This season, Brown's development of a sinker and changeup is poised to redefine his impact. Previously, Brown struggled with sequencing and predictability, leading to a 5.92 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP last season, as opposing hitters effectively neutralized his two-pitch mix. However, the introduction of a sinker has dramatically altered his effectiveness. He is throwing the sinker to right-handed hitters 42% of the time, resulting in a .217 batting average and an 82.9 mph average exit velocity against them. Furthermore, his changeup, thrown almost exclusively to southpaws, is proving to be a weapon, sitting at 90.4 miles per hour with a 40% whiff rate. This evolution has made Brown a significantly more dangerous pitcher. Despite his fluctuating role, Brown has demonstrated resilience, working multiple innings in anticipation of needing to start, and posting a 2.1 ERA while striking out 10 and walking 8 in a recent outing. A promising sample of his potential came in 4 no-hit innings against the Rangers, showcasing high-percentage pitches. Brown's next significant test will be pitching for the Cubs against one of the league's top offenses in Atlanta, slated to toe the rubber opposite Chris Sale on Thursday. Chicago Cubs are reportedly eyeing a mock trade for veteran pitcher Sonny Gray to address immediate rotation concerns while maintaining their first place standing in the NL Central. Facing multiple starting pitching losses, the contending team seeks stability, command, and consistency from Gray to navigate the playoff race. In fantasy terms, Gray is viewed as a high-floor starter, offering reliable wins and quality starts rather than elite strikeout potential, which is ideal for a team prioritizing consistency. The proposed trade structure involves the Cubs acquiring Sonny Gray in exchange for a haul of prospects and players for the Boston Red Sox. RHP Brandon Birdsell, a Cubs prospect, of Kevin Alcantara, a Cubs prospect, and UTIL James Triantos, a Cubs prospect. Sonny Gray's projected 2026 line, a 3.54 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP over 28 innings, signals a steady, low-to-mid-rotation veteran profile that would immediately stabilize Chicago's pitching staff. This move is framed as a deadline-style urgency play, using Gray to preserve the division lead while the rotation recovers. For Boston, the trade represents a pivot toward retooling. Trading Gray allows them to acquire upside, including Kevin Alcantara, who projects as a high-ceiling fantasy outfielder with significant power potential, and pitching depth in Brandon Birdsell, who offers long-term potential if healthy. James Triantos adds a high-contact utility bat. The Cubs' motivation is clear. They are in a strong win-now position, but are currently facing a rotation crisis due to injuries to key starters. Acquiring Gray is seen as the necessary move to convert prospect depth into reliable MLB pitching, ensuring they can maintain their advantage in the tight division race.